I'm going to start with an overview of the DXY and the S&P, and then I'm going to switch over to Ethereum and Bitcoin and see where they are on the daily and the weekly time frames. And then we're going to map out the hourly levels with the trade setups. It won't be a long session because we're going to be using some of the levels that we had for last week because they're still valid. As long as we haven't had a correction of the swings, the levels still hold, because in order for any lift to be sustainable, we need to have a significant correction, at least a 0.5, if not a golden pocket. So that would be the main idea around the trade setups. Now we're going to start with the DXY, and the DXY has seen again a push down today. Now we have at the moment a higher low, and on the daily levels we are, let me change to the 4 hour. On the daily levels we are resting above the M1. So the M1 on the 4 hour is offering support at the moment. Now we still have the M0 and the low average daily range to go to for the daily levels if the M1 doesn't hold. We have plenty of bullish divergences on the 4 hour and on the daily to anticipate a lift in the DXY. However, what we had last week, I believe, is playing out. And until we have a significant lift on the daily, we can't expect a reversal. So what I mean by that is last week we saw the 50 EMA crossing down the 200 EMA, which is, again, as far as I can read it, a very significant move downwards. And we have had a series of lower lows on the daily, and today would be a higher low, which again would be making a rounded bottom structure here. However, until we see the 5 on the daily, and then the 13 on the daily, and then the 20 on the daily holding for support, there won't be a significant lift, and I believe there won't be a significant drop in the coins either. Now, today, speaking about the DXY, today we have the ECB president speaking later on, and at the moment, I was reading an article this morning in Financial Times saying that it looks like the Eurozone might be avoiding a recession this year. Now, this speech by Christine Lagarde is quite relevant to what's going to happen to the DXY in the coming week, because the euro is trading against the dollar. So everything that trades against the dollar can influence the value of the dollar. Now, if the euro will be avoiding a recession this year and the euro pumps at the news later on, then what we have is a decrease in the dollar. If we have a decrease in the dollar, we're going to see the coins lifting another leg up. Now, we do have news coming out on the dollar side this week in the flash services on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we don't have anything. We have the oil inventories that has a mild impact, but nothing spectacular. What else? We have the GDP on Thursday, so this Thursday will be a big day in terms of news, and I'm mentally bookmarking it. And then Friday we have the core PCE price index at 130. So we do have an eventful week for both the Eurozone and the dollar, and we have to mind our trades. Again, whichever direction we think we're going, risk management is key where we are right now. Do not worry if you're missing this move, because whatever this is, if this is the lift into the bull market will continue. If this is the push down into the bear market, this will continue. So again, try to get a position on the 1 hour swings, which is what I'm doing, and have a tight stop loss. Start with half or a third of your position, and you have excellent risk management if you do that. Now, that's the DXY update. It's short and sweet. Again, as long as I don't see a lift above the 5 and the 13 EMAs on the daily, and you can use the MAs as well. I'm just using the EMAs because it's easier for me to keep consistent with the trader's reality indicator. As long as we don't see that, we can't have confirmed a another drop in the crypto world. Now the SPX, I think the SPX is in quite a similar situation in terms of direction. At the moment, what we have is a lift above, again, the divergence line. Now Friday closed with an up move. If Friday closes with an up move, that means at the weekend for crypto we have a continuity, and we did have that, and then we have one day for continuity, one day for reversal, and then Monday continues the move on Friday. Continues in terms of trend, not necessarily in terms of the levels. So what we can have today is for the S&P a lift up, as in the trend lifting first and then reversing downwards. We still haven't had the I anticipate the 200 EMA on the daily to be again back tested. Just give me a second. I anticipate the 200 EMA on the daily to be back tested with this lift. At the moment, what we have on the daily is a lower high. This lower high could be the 1-2 for the way down for the correction. Now, unlike crypto, the S&P has had a 0.5 correction here. So 0.5 is a valid correction for continuation. So we are still within the same pathways in terms of lifting. This yellow line will be our confirmation for either a lift or a drop. So if we meet the yellow line here, the local support and resistance, and we break it to the upside, then we're going to see a continuation to the next level, the pink line. And if the pink line breaks and it holds as support, so if we see something along the green pathway, we're going to see continuation to the upside with a significant leg up, because the pink line is the peak formation support. So breaking the peak formation support means that this drop is done, is finished, finito, and we're going to continue to the upside and make another leg up, with the next level being the previous higher high, and that would be a massive lift. Now, at the moment, we are in a ranging market. So as you can see, starting the 8th of November, so almost 2.5 months now. So the 8th of November, we've been in this space between the 200. Now let me make this a little bit bigger because we do have the screen to do that. So between the 800 EMA and the 200 EMA. So this has been a ranging market. As long as we're keeping above the 200 EMA, we're great for continuation to the upside. If we're below it, we're likely to reverse. It's a tricky time to trade stocks. It's a tricky time to trade crypto. So that's why I wouldn't be trading without a stop loss. You do your own research and you have your own risk management strategies, and and mind your position. So at the moment, the market is still ranging. The stochastic is down on the daily for the stocks. Could we see another lift for Monday? Yes, we could. And then a reversal? Yes, we could as well. So we could see a 4-hour candle. If we're looking at the 4-hour pattern, we are above the 20 and the 50. We're above the 20 and the 50 EMA on the 4-hour. So we're likely to hit the Bollinger one more time. Bollinger one more time means a double top formation here. We could continue down if we're meeting resistance. We are at the moment, again, these levels for the SPX don't apply yet because we haven't started. I have to check them at the start of the session, start of New York today, to see what they're about. We do have a lift on the 4-hour, and this could be the lift up. However, empirically, I've noticed that when we have something along these lines, so the stochastic holding this long at the top, we could have the same at the bottom to balance out the box. So my thought for today is we might see a lift and then a reversal to the downside. And it's the same for the coins. We might see a lift, a short-lived lift just for the 1-2 on the way down, and then continuation to the downside. Sorry, reversal to the downside. Now, I will update you an hour into New York, around an hour and a half into New York, after we've started, after we've seen the initial move, to see how the S&P is moving and how it's holding the daily levels, because that would give us some information. The crypto moved this Friday with the S&P, which means that the crypto world, despite Genesis filing for bankruptcy, continued its lift as per the support it was holding. So I expect today to do the same thing. I haven't seen any crypto news that might influence it so far, so I am waiting to see how the euro will impact the dollar, how the dollar will impact the stocks, and how the stocks will either pump and dump crypto or continue to pump both the stocks and crypto. So these would be the scenarios. And again, I know I'm in the middle, but so is price action. And personally, I believe this is a bear market rally. I believe we're very close to finishing it, but we still don't have the daily reversal signals for this rally being over. And by the daily reversals, I mean the 20 and the 55 on the daily being broken, the way it's happened here, the way it's happened here, the way it's happened here. So I am waiting for something along these lines to be happening, something major. Again, the way it's happened previously in the previous steps down. So until we have that for Bitcoin and Ethereum, we can't confirm the lifting out of this ranging market. This is it. This is the June drop, and ever since June we've been holding the same levels on the daily chart. According to my wave count, if I am to drag this line, now this line of support and resistance is here because of these levels there. If I am to hold it a little bit lower and have the swings complete, I'm ignoring this because this is a drop into the levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have plenty of daily swings to go into this, which would again extend this bear market consolidation. Now, on the daily levels for Ethereum, I'm going to start with Ethereum because Ethereum is more clear than Bitcoin. So what Ethereum has is a daily divergence here, bearish. Then we have the stochastic turn down. We haven't seen any correction. So if this swing is if this swing started, let's say here, again, I'm separating It's very hard to separate this zigzag consolidation pattern to me. And again, it's Elliott wave theory. Elliott wave theory has a lot of possibilities. That's why it's not my favorite my favorite or my chosen one rather than the favorite, because I want to avoid communicating to you in any sort of emotional language. I do not trade Elliott waves. I use fib retracements for corrections because I believe that any move has its correction. So if I am to think that this move had the correction here, and this move had the correction here, and this move started here, we haven't had any significant correction. Now, if I am to rectify this slightly, so this move would be the correction here, and this would be one parabolic lift up. I will be changing this slightly higher. Here it is. We haven't had any 0.5 or golden pocket correction, and we can see that the golden pocket would be testing the 55 EMA on the daily, which is very healthy to hold for continuation to the upside. Again, I'm putting my bias to the side. I am, as much as I'm looking for short positions, because again, as long as the daily stochastic is to the downside, I will be looking for short positions. As long as I'm looking for short positions on the 4-hour time frame, I am looking at corrections around the 55 EMA and the 1360 level for Ethereum. So for this lift, which would be a very significant lift of 40%, so I'm just again being very conservative about this, 40% without even a 0.5 correction is unsustainable. And considering we are not in a bull market, we are not in a parabolic run, this is a rally, but we're not in a bull market. This could, we need more confirmations to be in a bull market in terms of the macro and the fundamentals. So the macro and the fundamentals need to be a lot more positive for this. Sentiment is not, market sentiment is neutral. So at the moment, this swing needs its correction on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, I would be looking for Ethereum at around the golden pocket, 1360. For our levels, we still haven't broken the level 3. Sorry, we still haven't broken the level 2 towards level 3 resistance. So if we do, there we go, if we do break the perfect here and here, we would have a continuation trade towards the 1800 if the 1670 is being held as support. If we are I'm going to remove these because it's easier to explain. Now, if we are going to make another lift, as I anticipate today, maybe do another lower high, maybe. Now, New York loves to spike the high a little bit. That's why I wouldn't be trading without a stop loss. Then we would see a push down to here. Now, let me just check the daily levels, 1360. Okay, again, I'll be more conservative and move this line a little bit higher to reflect the daily levels. Okay, 1355. That's a nice what you say, a compromise. So if we see a breaking of the 1520, 1540 level, I'll be writing the text later. So if we see this, we might see a reversal to 1360. Sorry, I stand corrected. Let's write it now. So if the continuation to 1800, I can't believe I'm saying 1800 for Ethereum, just as a side note. Level, if the 1670 level holds as support. Okay, so that would be continuation trade and a reversal trade here. Okay, this would be trade 3, and between trade 2 and trade 1 we have this one. So the second option would be reversal to 1360. Revert towards 1360 if the 1670 is the peak. Okay. Towards. So these are the I won't be going into more detail at the moment for the trade setups because of where we are. We are right now in the middle of level 2, which is quite a hefty level 2. It's a big range level 2. So we need to see if the 1670 1680 mark confirms itself as the peak formation, and we will see that if it's not broken. That's what we're gonna have at the end of the day. And if that confirms as reversal, then I think the 1360, the 0.5 on the day, because these are daily moves, will be a minimum correction, the golden pocket. Of course, I would be watching closely the 1404 level, and I would be keeping you updated if I see any double bottom structures, or if I see any situation where I would be securing profit with a stop loss. Now, I started with Ethereum because it was a lot clearer to TA. Bitcoin is a little bit more, oh, how can I say? What's the opposite of clear? I don't want to say suspicious. It's more in the middle. It's more in the middle. I don't want to say unclear because it's not necessarily unclear, but it's not so definite in terms of direction. Ethereum looks like it's going to point down on the day, whereas Bitcoin looks like it's going to continue on the day with the stochastic turned up. So I've already posted this on the chat. The levels that I'm looking at are 25.2 and 25.2.5, and then 27.5. These would be the levels on the daily if we continue from where we are. And we seem to be continuing from where we are, considering where we are on the day. Now, the MACD is not looking particularly healthy. We've already seen decreasing differences between the buyers and the sellers, so that's not convincing to me. But we do have the stochastic on the daily turned up, and I believe that the 4-hour is floored and is looking to lift up a little bit more. Now, again, on the 1-hour, if I am to take only the most recent swing, we haven't yet seen even the most basic correction for the most recent swing. We haven't seen any correction for the previous swing. They look like parabolic lifts. Again, I'm using the word parabolic quite liberally right now, but what I mean is excessively, how can I say, excessively lifting compared to the previous stages. So at the moment, what we have is a swing, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm to take a 3 steps up, that hasn't yet had any significant back test or correction on the 1-hour. So the back test would be the 200, because this would be the one lifting, and it's the 50 on the 4-hour. So ever since we broke out from here, we've only back tested it once, and since then we have seen. I just want to use percentages so that you guys understand why I'm insisting. Again, a 40% lift without back testing this MA on the 1-hour, and I'm not asking for much when I'm saying this should be correcting. So this is the 1 hour at the moment. The 50 on the 1 hour still holds as resistance. It has been back tested. I know it's very zigzaggy, choppy, sideways, horrible to trade. So what I'm doing right now, I took an entry right about here at 23 grand. 23 grand. I'm going to move it here because I always round these things again in favor of the market maker. What I'm interested in is getting a nice limit order. So this is where I took an entry, and this is where my stop loss is. 23 and I have it $100 above 23470. That's my 470. There we go. This is where my stop loss is. So I'm still in this short at the moment. I don't have any reasons to close it because at the moment the 1 hour hasn't been closing above the 50 MA. However, we have been holding this level. The 22.7, 22.8 level is holding. We have had this level, the 3 level lift. So what's going to happen from here is to me, it again, I'm looking at the 4 hour, I'm looking at the daily on Bitcoin. They have confluence in terms of direction, and that direction is to the upside. So the 4 hour has switched up on Bitcoin, and the daily is switched up on Bitcoin. So what we might have here in terms of the levels that we're trading, again, we might have continuation to the 25.5. If the 22.8 level holds. So the 22.8 level holds, that means we're going to have a higher level 5. And the reason why I'm saying 2025 is because I'm taking this as a big cup formation, and I'm going to put it right here at the breakout. And again, the target would be 26.5, but on the daily we have the 25.4 and then the 27.5. So I'm trying to anticipate the next level in correlation to the daily. Of course, the target would be a little bit higher if this all gets to if this meets this measure move, but I am very suspicious that this is also a there isn't too much consolidated in this space. So that's why I'm choosing the 25.5 level. So I would be taking 75% of profit at 25.5, securing a stop loss at 25.3, and then letting it run to see if it's going to meet the 27.5 or 26.5 levels. Again, we are in uncharted territory here, and I don't think we've seen too much consolidation and backtest here, which would be very, very healthy to see. The next level is a reversal, and that reversal would be to a 0.5 minimal correction. And I'm gonna assume that the peak is in, and the 0.5 would be the 19K. So reversal for correction if the 22.8 level breaks to 19K. To 19K, again 0.5. I would be looking even deeper. Our levels would be 18K, but I need to see what happens there in terms of bottom formations on the 1 hour. So it's not financial advice. I would be watching on the 1 hour, and I showed you on Thursday that 1 hour double bottom structure will last 5-6 hours. So there's plenty of time to reconsider the levels and to see if it is bottoming out around the 0.5 or around the golden pocket, or even deeper around the 17.4. However, if this is to be a W formation out of this bear market step, because I wouldn't say this is the lift out of the bear market rally, this needs to hold the previous level. So this, as the W at the end of the day, needs to still hold, and it needs to, the 18K would be the lowest it can go without closing below it at the end of the day. So I would be watching the 4-hour candles stop around 18K. That's where the body is, and I know some people count the Elliott waves without the wicks. I tend to do that as well. I check the body rather than the wick level. So 18K would be my lowest for this to still hold for continuation to the upside. Now, that would be this pathway. So from here, it would be a very juicy short down to here. Okay. What we need to see, if this is gonna hold. I'm gonna put it at 25. Okay. So these are the levels. It is still unclear to me if this is a bear market rally or not. I am looking at weekly levels on Ethereum. And the weekly stochastic is up. And not only is the weekly stochastic up, but we are above the 20 EMA on the weekly. We have been there before, and we held for 2 weeks, which is what we've done here as well. So, but after that, this is what happened. We had a massive drop. I don't know at the moment, and I'm telling you that in all honesty, because I am practicing at the moment extreme risk management. I don't know if this is the lift out of this bear market into another leg up, or if this is just a rally. The 2-week MACD has crossed to the upside, but it hasn't yet crossed the midline, so it's not as reliable. It's the same for Bitcoin. If I am going to change to the 1 week so that you see it, we are above the 1 week 20 EMA. Again, this happened here. We closed for 2 weeks above it, and then we reversed. So it is our first back test. It is our second back test since breaking it. And we are still above it. So the chances are we're likely to continue. I need to see the breaking of the peak formation here for Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, it's at 30K, and for Ethereum, it's at 2270, $2,270. So these would be the peak formation levels that need to break in order for this drop to be invalidated. Once we've broken those, chances are we will be moving upwards. If we don't break those, and if we're just going up to meet them, then this is one huge step down, and it is looking very tragic. I don't want to be a perma bear, and I want to leave my bias to the side and give you an objective analysis. And again, the way I'm trading this is I am going with the global macros, which are indicating the bear market is likely to continue until we have and I am taking the daily top outs and bearish formations as signals for short trades, but I'm not putting more than 50% in my position at the start of my position, and I'm not going for more than 10% stop loss. If there is a higher than 10% stop loss, I put a third of my position in. So I exercise extremely cautious risk management at the moment. I'd rather miss this than be caught on the wrong side of this. And I know that a week or two from now, this will be more clear in terms of TA. That's what I can say to you as a trader. So you do you have your strategy by now in terms of how much you're willing to risk, but and also the trend. I would listen to my own TA rather than somebody else's. And that goes for you as well. So I would do my research if I were you and go with the choices that you make for the trend, because that's gonna consolidate your confidence in this. So remember, any choice that you make, if you have your 3 TA yeses, have no regrets about it because it's justified. You have your 3 TA yeses on the time frame. I wouldn't be going lower than the 1 hour because of the choppiness. If you have your 3 yeses on the 1 hour and you have a great 0618 entry for Ethereum and Bitcoin, because they love to do those, have no regrets putting a position in. If it has a risk-reward ratio of 5 to 1, 10 to 1, 15 to 1 even. The trade that I'm in at the moment, I have 50% of my position, and my target would be 19k, and that would be a 15% drop. So I'm risking 10% for a 15% drop. That's a 15 to 1 risk-reward ratio. Of course, I'm going to take that position because it only takes one such position with its gains to balance out the books at the end of the week and give me nice profit. So I don't want to be waffling on. I'll be posting these trade setups in the chats, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for an update. I'll keep you posted during the week because the week will be quite eventful, especially towards the end of the week with the Thursday and the Friday news. Have a great day and a great week trading, and stay safe out there. Remember, risk management is key.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Michael. I'll be posting these so that you have them on the chats.